I had a good conversation with a Muslim the other day about Jesus. And it was a good conversation. We didn't hate each other. We just talked to each other. Wanted to educate me on how Jesus was never crucified. And I understand what the Quran says. I also understand what Buddhism is. Buddhism was about 500 years before Jesus. And Buddha didn't believe that there was a God. He believed that we were our own spiritual divinity. Now comes along Jesus. Jesus was born. They changed a whole calendar for him. The whole before Christ, after Christ thing. He was crucified. He's the only prophet that rose from the dead. And there were eyewitnesses. There were people that saw him. There were people that denied that it was true that saw him and then believed it. And all these people died for Jesus. They died horrible deaths in his name. Even with the sword at their throat, they didn't deny him. And then the word spread all over the place. 600 years later, over in Arabia, Raphael came down, the angel, over a 23-year period, that Raphael gave him what really happened. Muhammad said that the crucifixion did not happen, that it was fake, that it was faked, it was false, that Jesus was a prophet, that he was a great prophet, that he will be returning at end times, just like the Bible says, that he was born to Mother Mary. Muhammad said all this stuff because 600 years after Jesus' crucifixion, that's what was going around in Muhammad's travels. He was hearing this stuff about Jesus. He was hearing what was happening. But they did not want to give any credit to that Jesus is God. They don't understand the Trinity. So they say that he wasn't crucified, that they put somebody else in his place, this prophet Muhammad, that his teachings really follows the Bible a lot. He called himself a prophet, but he never said he should be worshipped. He called himself a prophet, though. And he was a good man, and he was a smart man, from what I understand. Just like Buddha was a smart man. He was dealing with energy. He was dealing with our own energy and stuff that Jesus did in order to be able to do the things that he did, like resonate with frequency and walk on water. That stuff is not necessarily wrong, our body aura. But we don't follow Buddha's teachings because he wasn't a prophet and he's not a god. He was just a teacher on human energy. And his spiritual beliefs, they don't even count into this equation because Buddhism is not a religion. People just decided they wanted to start worshiping him and following him, making idols that look like him. You know, that little fat Buddha and the female Buddha. Now Muhammad, on the other hand, you know, an angel came to him. So Muhammad got all of his information from an angel. Jesus got all of his information from God directly. We all know that demons can present themselves as angels of light. And a demon could come up and said he was Raphael. Then you should be considering, why did so much stuff in this world change because of Jesus' crucifixion? And how many people his crucifixion, if he wasn't crucified, his name and everything that happened wouldn't have been reached across the world the way that it was. That had to happen. And yes, he will be returning soon. You know, it's almost coming up on 2,000 years exactly to the day that Jesus was crucified. That's going to be a day for the calendar, huh?